All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Good evening. Thank you for coming. And I'm sorry I'm late. Just had to sort some things out before I could start. But this is the Disorderly Tick. My streaming partner, Molly Oleander, is preoccupied at the moment. She'll be here soon, but for the moment, it's just me. So, yeah, while we wait for her to to become available, um, I I guess I'll just do a quick recap of where we are in our playthrough of Planescape Torment. Um, the last time we played, we explored the Undersigil area. Not much there except for a bunch of monsters, but it was a good chance to just see how much stronger my party had become since the last time I had to do any major fighting. Uh, and other than that, I've just been trying to figure out where exactly to go, what I have to do next to try to figure out how to get to Ravel Puzzlewell, the night hag who stole the nameless one's mortality, and continue the main quest. So, without further ado, hello, Killer Fun Times. Welcome. Good to have you. But without further ado, let's get back into it. Hello, Nikki Nightmare. Welcome. Good to have you. All right. Let's see. So, I don't have any particular leads on how to.
The air is quite bracing here.
Right. So I don't have any particular leads on where to go next to try to figure out how to get the key to Ravel or whatnot. So I'm going to try retracing my steps, heading back to the Civic Fest Hall and talking to both Quell and the sensory stone with the memory of Ravel herself in it.
Right. We need to set up Kip now.
Done.
Quell glances around him as you approach. Blast! Nowhere to hide! He sighs loudly. Well, out with it! What do you wish of me now, He plops the candy into his mouth and looks at you expectantly. Some questions. He rolls his eyes, indicating for you to continue with a wave of his hand. What do you know of Ravel Puzzlewell? At the mention of her name, he swallows the candy he's sucking on with a loud gulp, wincing in pain. What to tell? Why tell at all? Such things, such tales are best left in dusty books and in the attics of old men's minds. Evil! Evil! Such a name, and such dark tales swarm about it, like flies on a corpse. Just the same, I need you to tell me. He rolls his eyes, plopping another candy into his mouth. She's a night hag, my boy, who came to Sigil. All evil and cackles she was, alive with her shadow magic, ready to butt heads with the Lady of Pain. Barmy, old hag. Only succeeding in getting herself mazed. She's likely dead by now. Shadow magic. Yes, yes, yes. He seems uneasy about speaking of her. Ravel dabbled, no, not dabbled, but excelled in all schools of magic. She knew of shadow magics, magics of illusion and shadow substance, shadows, residues of dead things. How might I find her? Why would you ask such a thing? Are you mad? What could you possibly want with such an evil creature? She knows something about my past. Doubtful. She was made many centuries ago. Gone. Dependent the dead book she is. Even if she were somehow still clutching the life of her black and bloody talons, what could she possibly know about you? If she wasn't the spitting image of cackling evil, that is, and was even willing to help you. I'll just have to hope she's alive and will help me. By Leshes, 6 teeth on her swollen tummy. What a flickering candle of hope hurled into the howling winds of pandemonium that is. Flicker, flicker, whoosh! Don't be any more the fool than you need be. Ah, hello, Molly Oleander. Welcome.
Thank you, thank you. Sorry, got caught in traffic.
Oh, that's alright. It's good to have you. Okay. I must still seek her out, whether she's dead or alive. So if she's dead, as she most likely is, then what is your plan, may I ask? Do you have everything all figured out, do you? Quell is just blowing words out of his pits. Nonsense! Nothing! What do you plan to do if she's in the dead book, eh? What do you think I should do? The first brilliant question you've asked! Me? You think you should give up this clueless idea of entering mazes and chatting with night hags and lope back into whatever crypt you crawled out of? Makes far more sense than fishing for the lady's anger, it does. Can you tell me how to get to your maze? Lunatic! Madman! Cove! Have you not listened to a word I've said? He's imprisoned in an interdimensional maze for trying to best the Lady of Pain! That means she's at least 10 times as barmy as you, and at least 100 times more powerful. She's also most likely dead. Dead, thrice dead, and if by some happenstance she isn't, she'll make you dead. I understand, but I really need your help. Can you tell me how to reach her or not? Quell goes quiet, chewing on his lip. After a moment, he fishes around in his tunic for a mint, then pops it into his mouth. You're serious? Serious now? Why so serious? So bot or bent? So mule stubborn? He sighs. Well, born clueless, die clueless. Yes? All mazes have portals. This much I know to be true. A way in, a way out. This is how the lady fashions them. I do not know the portal, its location, or even its form, but I am told its key is a piece of Ravel. Piece of Ravel? But if Ravel is mazed, then how am I supposed to? Then you'll have to make do. Find something that has Ravel's taint in it, mayhap. That is all I know. Oh, bother me no more about it. If you want to go pestering someone about something like that, go to the Bravo of Slating Intellectual list. One of the ladies there is bound to have met someone who knows something that'll help. My thanks for your help. Farewell. Okay. Well, from him, the only real lead I have is going back to the brothel. I'm pretty sure Ravel doesn't have much to add in that subject either.
We'll have to see what we can find. Maybe there's... Are we missing like a key, maybe?
Well, I mean, what am I trying to say? Like, we already know that to get to the maze where Ravel is imprisoned in, we need a key to get through the portal that leads to the maze, which is a piece of Ravel herself, and that implies that Kasai Saris, who is probably a daughter of Ravel, would be the key.
Kill you to say a few
but
words to me, Fiendling.
the question is, how do we
Kiss me.
how do we get Kasai Saris herself to realize that fact?
We need to
So,
stay up, Kip.
before in order to reach that end, I probably need to talk to some of the other prostitutes here in the brothel.
Good plan.
Yves smiles pleasantly at you. Greetings again. Have you come to trade tales? Yes, I have. Yves nods. I would like that very much, yes. Tell her the story of the Alley of Dangerous Angles. Yves leans forward as you tell the tale of the Alley of Dangerous Angles and how it came to be. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. And now, I have one for you. The lady's suitor. Go on. The tale concerns a suitor of the Lady of Pain, one of many over the years. He was a young man who was obsessed with the Mistress of Sigil. He saw her everywhere, in every corner of the city. He would hear the rustling of her robes, the scrape of her blades, and grew infatuated beyond all reason. He hoped that if he worshipped her, that he would at last be able to see her, and so worship her he did. Go on. He was found dead on the blood-soaked steps of his own home, grievous stab wounds covering the whole of his body. But his eyes were open wide, and upon his lips was a triumphant smile. I have another tale to share with you. Tell her the story of Farad. Yves leans forward as you tell the tale of the fall of Farad. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale, and now I have one for you. Once came a man who had experienced the most beautiful thing in the multiverse. It was his intention to place the experience within one of the Civic Fest Hall's sensory stones, magical devices which held feelings and memories for an eternity, leaving them for others to partake of. But he thought about it. Wouldn't its being shared dilute the experience? So he held it to himself, precious thing that it was, and aged with the memory. But as he aged, the memory became tarnished and beaten, and he could no longer recall the glory of the experience. Tell her the story of Ignis. Yves leans forward as you tell the tale of Ignis and the art that burned within him. She seems to devour your every word. As you finish, she smiles at you. I shall remember this tale. And now, I have one for you. The execution. Once, a murderer roamed Sigil streets, a black-hearted man by the name of Cossacks. He had been blessed by his abyssal mother so that no one could strike him with an intent to harm or they themselves would die. He reveled in his blessing, using it to start fights and murder anyone who crossed his path. During one of his murderous rages, he was captured by the Harmonium with nets and brought before the governors. The trial was short, final, yet Cossacks laughed at the proceedings, knowing that no one among them could harm him without dying horribly. At the final day of his trial, he was proclaimed guilty and sentenced to death. Cossacks' sentence proclaimed by the governors was this. Ah, hello Charlie, welcome. Good to have you.
Welcome, Charlie.
Confinement for thrice 30 days, during which time you shall give up your life, be declared dead, and your body removed when all signs of life cease. Cossacks laughed and dared any of them to try and harm him, yet the court was silent. The Mercy Killers led Cossacks to their prison and locked them in a dark, empty cell. There was no cot, no lights, and the only door was a steel grate in the ceiling. As they lowered him into the cell, the Mercy Killer told him, The Mercy Killers led Cossacks to their prison and locked them in a dark, empty cell. There was no cot, no lights, and the only door was a steel grate in the ceiling. As they lowered him into the cell, the Mercy Killer told him, In the corner of your cell you will find a chalice. It holds poison. Your death will be swift. Aren't you going to execute me? Cossacks snarled at the guard. No one in Sigil shall lay a hand on you with intent to harm, came the Mercy Killer's reply. Then I spit on your cowardice, Cossacks laughed, fleeing for the chalice in the darkness, then hurling it at the wall and shattering it. Its poison dripped from the walls and dried until it was no more. Come then, you will have to try and kill me now. But there was no response from the grate in the ceiling. It was then that Cossacks noticed the cell had no cot, no lights, and no food and water. All that remained was the shattered chalice, the poison gone, and for the first time, Cossacks knew the icy touch of death's approach. In thrice 30 days, the grate opened, and Cossix's body, now cold, was taken from the cell. It had given up its life, and the execution had been carried out. Ask one of your companions if they have a story to tell. Eves awaits your story patiently. Faltham, Grace, do you have a story to trade? Grace turns to Eves. I have no story that I wish to share with you today, Tail Chaser. I cannot let you exhaust my library before I can find more stories. Ask another companion. No, never mind. Let's see. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Once upon a time, an elderly man from the clerk's ward vanished, and his body could not be found. To conceal it, the murderer buried him beneath another body in the cemetery. A diviner told of where the body could be found, and so they dug and uncovered a body, but not that of the elderly man. They were confounded. They were forced to release the man, and it was not until they continued to dig to rebury the older man's body that they found a second body. Sometime one must dig deeply to find the truth. I understand. I'll keep asking around. Farewell, Eves. Oh, it's you again. Just can't get enough of me, huh? I have some questions. He looks annoyed. Fine, whatever. Ask. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true? He shrugs. As far as I know, yes. He looks suddenly suspicious. Why? I asked her about it, and she denied it. So? Not as if it's any of your business in the first place. Forget it. Farewell. Vivian turns to greet you. Even her regal beauty is eclipsed by the splendor of the wondrously erotic scent that surrounds her. Her exotic, personal smell, which you recovered for her. I had a question for you, Vivian. She nods imperiously. Go on, then. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Vivian nods, lowering her voice. I, too, have heard such a rumor. Would explain the red eyes, the unusual tone of her skin. I know not if such gossip is true, however. Inquire of Juliet. He was once Kasai Ceres' best friend, until Juliet fell in love with Montague. Farewell, then. Greetings. Come to ask thy questions of me, I take it? Yes, I have. Juliet rolls her eyes. Oh, go on, if thou must. I heard that Kasai Ceres is Ravel's daughter. Is that true?
Updated my journal.
Ravel. Ah! I thought I might have heard that name before. I know not the truth of it, but I have heard such a rumor. Thou may wish to ask Himaski Addertongue that very same question. They are half-sisters, you see. I see. That's all I wish to know. Farewell, Juliet. I heard you're Kasai Ceres' half-sister. Is that true? Yes, I'm related to that chubby, mewling, hook-nosed daydreamer. Same father, different mothers. So? I was hoping you could help me find out if Kasai is really Ravel's daughter.
Updated my journal.
Kamaski frowns at you. Normally, I'd loathe to help you like this, but I have a feeling it upset that flirting, preening Doxy good and well. Tell her to ask our father. He's a powerful Cambion, so she ought to be able to call to him right then and there. That'll get you your answer. Cambion? Yes, Cambion. Kamaxi rolls her eyes. Didn't hear me the first time? Ears all stopped up with the last of your brains running out of them? I'm asking what one is. My, you're clueless. She shakes her head sadly, cutting all the while. Half-fiend, Burke. Sort of like you. But you're half dung, I think. You smell it, at any rate. Better that than half you, Kamaxi. You wish you were half Kamaxi, sod. Even if you ended up with a goat's bum on your shoulders, it'd be better than that scarred-up face of yours. I don't have time to get into this. Farewell.
Hi, Sunnif. How are you?
Hi, Sunnif. Welcome. Good to have you. Kasai Ceres warms smiley as you draw near her, pushing a wavy lock of hair away from her bright, crimson eyes. Don't worry, I don't stay upset long. Something I can do for you? I have some questions. Kasai, I talked to Kamaxi. She told me she's your half-sister, and that Ravel's your mother. Kasai snarls, her eyes blazing with malice. That... Hell's how I loathe that woman! Why would she even believe that sort of tripe? She says that you deny it, and in fact may not know it, but that it's true. She said you could ask your father, that he would tell you.
Updated my journal.
Kasai stares at you silently for a time. Give me a moment. He turns from you and begins to mutter softly. The air seems to shimmer around her slightly and fills with a coppery smell, like warm blood. Strain your ears, try to overhear what she's saying. You lean towards Kasai, attempting to hear what she's muttering. Algazanenel, banished prince of Ivag, Marquis of the Bloody Shadow, my father, hear me, for I call upon you. Keep listening. Yes, beloved father, it is I, Kasai Ceres. I would bid you answer me one question, a question I've asked you time and again. Yes, beloved father, I cannot bear to have another ask me and not know myself. You must tell me. I have asked for nothing save this. Tell me, I beg of you. Yes. Yes, beloved father, I understand. I thank you. Farewell. Lean back. Pretend you heard nothing. Kasai remains turned away from you for a moment before finally coming to face you. I did not want to believe that wicked hag may have been my mother. I have lived long. I did not appear to age and have disturbing dreams sometimes. She shudders. But still, I do not wish to be the inheritor of the evil she caused, nor draw the lady's gaze as my mother did. Such evil things she did! Tell me what you know of her, will you? I heard she would pose impossible riddles to people, riddles she could answer, but no one else could. She would devour the person if they answered incorrectly, or leave them dangling in her horrifying gardens as examples to all. Those few who somehow escaped she tormented in their dreams, riding them like steeds, breaking their wills and hurling their souls into the colorless oblivion of the gray wastes. Go on. Her magic was said to be beyond anything most had ever seen. It was imagination woven from nightmare and given substance. Stone and solid shapes bent to her will like soft clay. The laws of the planes would bend beneath her feet, and from nothing she could weave illusion. And from illusion, weave realities that could horrify and kill and confound. She was a mistress of all the dark arts, mistress and master of them all. She hounded a governor that dared quote sigil law to her with shadows that devoured him. All but his tongue, his fingers, and the flesh of his face. She turned mercy killers inside out and shattered buildings of those who displeased her. Terrible, terrible powers were at her command. She changed her shape like water and would use it to destroy some for amusement and to steal knowledge from others. She was a monster, like all that has been spawned from the Grey Waste. In the end, she threatened to open the cage and let the fury of the plains come rolling in like a wave. Fortunately, she did not succeed. She existed solely to cause malice. I do not know if she is dead, but I know now that she was my mother. Kasai's shoulders slump, and her head hangs down. Oh, that I had tears, so that I could weep with sorrow. Try and comfort her. He suddenly falls into your arms, shuddering as if she were racked with sobs. For a time, Kasai simply stands there, clinging to you. But then she pushes away. Thank you, but I'll be fine. I just need some time to think about it, that's all. I hate to ask this now, but I need you to give me a piece of yourself, Kasai. She looks alarmed. Pardon? The portal key to Ravel's maze is a piece of her, and you are of her blood. It is close enough. Kasai gasps. You intend to seek her out? Her surprise quickly changes to an expression of wariness. What? What would you need of me? Your blood, most likely. Only a drop or two, I'm sure. She nods. But, do you have some way to carry it? A piece of cloth, like a handkerchief or something, you know? No, I don't. Kasai sighs, looking around. I'm sure there's one in the brothel, somewhere. Bring it here when you find it, alright? I'll give you the blood then. I'll return when I have a handkerchief, then. Farewell.
Updated my journal.
There we go. Okay. Yes, I have that handkerchief.
Updated my journal.
Kasai takes the handkerchief and gingerly pricks the tip of her finger on one of her fangs. After letting several drops of blood soak into the cloth, she returns it to you. You're placing yourself in grave danger, you know. Even if the stories of my mother are greatly exaggerated, she's horribly powerful and completely evil. Good luck. Yes, so I've heard. Thanks, and farewell. Bloody handkerchief. The silk handkerchief has some of Kasai Sirris's blood on it.
Right. We need to say upkeep now.
gone.
Okay, so first I'm gonna have the party rest, and I'm going to go back to the sensory stone.
All right.
I love that clock animation.
Done. All right.
Ravel, I've returned. There's silence. Ravel, it is I, again. Ah, my precious man. There's a slow shuffling of feet, and you feel a sharp pinprick in your left eye. You gasp, and suddenly, barely, you can see with your one and only eye. You lie in a gray hut upon a dirty floor where blood, your bright red blood, has seeped into the surrounding gray dust. Your arms are gone. Your legs have been hacked off at the knees. Yet, you feel numbed, and there's no pain, only fear. There is someone above you, someone looking down on you. Look up. As you look up through your bloody, blurred vision, you see a horrid, bluish-gray face, grinning with yellow tusks. Let's see. Ravel is pleased. I'm wondering if this messenger would make it. For weak he was when his bits were placed on my plate. She holds up a talon in front of you, and impaled on the tip of it is an eyeball, the right one. Yet to the festive hall he returned, it seems. And our time together has he shared, and now you have come. Success! Ravel, I have many questions for you. The crone shakes her head, your blurred vision seeing 3 images at once. Excuse me a moment.
No worries. Hi, Happy Philskins. Basically, the rules of the chat are just be kind to one another. We don't really have anybody who comes in causing problems, thankfully. We have a pretty decent group here. Everyone has very unique and lovely backstories and are very, very fun. It's good to see you. How are you? Yeah. TLDR. Everyone's pretty chill here. No need to worry. We've got a very international crew, too. It's very cool. Oh, hello, Kitty.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
You're all good. I'm well. How's everybody else? And continue on, Tick. Back to you.
Yeah. The crone shakes her head, and your blurred vision seeing 3 images at once. Her grayish hair is like brambles drifting down her shoulders. No, only time for answers does Ravel have, and she has no time to waste with your guess questions. Know this, and in the knowing grows strong. You must find me, my precious man. But how? I do not know. I am beyond knowing, in a lady's place. Now shh and listen to Ravel, but there is much you must do. To find me, 3 things you must do. Find the door, know the key, then unlock the key. Door. The door is not a finished thing, at least when I last gazed upon it. But in the passing of time, perhaps now will rot it is. Go to the place of forges and steel. Perhaps there you will find a door that takes one to me. Farewell, Ravel. Return. I will give what help I can. Ravel gives a final smile, a horrible, yellow-fanged grin. A blackish tongue darts from her lips and lingers at the edge, teasing. But in the end, only one question remains. Let the experience go. Your vision clears until you're standing once again before the hideously green stone. It looks different than before, more horrid somehow. Try and shake off the experience. Leave.
I'm gone.
Alright, so, judging from what Ravel said, I have to go back to the foundry, and that's probably where the portal to her maze will be.
All right.
For anybody who needs to know, my cat currently is trying her damnedest, and I do mean her damnedest, to keep me from doing anything basic on my desk. I started trying to paint, because I'm trying to finish a gift for a friend, for her Christmas gift, because I've been able to see her since last year. Yeah, no worries, Charlie. We'll see you in a second. It is ridiculous. I keep trying to paint. She's like, I would like my white fur to be covered in every color of the rainbow, please. And she's almost rolled onto my little paint thing twice.
I'm gone.
I don't get it. For anybody else who has pets that have more white fur than not, why do our pets continually try, and I mean continually try, to just get dirty? I don't get it. I did not sign up for this. Oh, now she's stretching.
All right. All right.
not the cat trying it again, y'all. Now, Fur. Oh.
Done.
Oh, hello. Oh, she's now churring at me, guys. I don't know what to do. All right, I'm putting the paints up. I'm not winning tonight, apparently. I am not allowed to apparently just paint in peace. Okay, so everyone who has pets. Real talk, real talk, real talk.
All
What is
right.
one thing you try to do at your desk that your pets will routinely prevent you from doing? Currently, I'm holding mine. I have my hand under her arms and I'm supporting her rear. So she's basically sitting up. She looks like a little kid who just got put in a timeout. And she's so comfortable and happy. Paint, that's one. That's that we're just experiencing now and further. Yeah,
I'm
paint
gone.
seems to be it for animals. I don't get it. There's this deep desire
All right.
to, I guess, much like we get tattoos, cats love the idea of having some color. Even though they're already so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. For me, it's painting, typing. Oh, after you.
Oh no, I'm not reading anything just yet. I'm just looking at these.
The
I'm just,
options.
yeah, the options to see if there's anything regarding Ravel.
Fair enough. Ooh, oh, and painting miniatures on top. Ooh, that is a toughie.
Done.
Oh no, not the miniature. Listen.
Aye? Why not?
I'm gone.
Listen. I think my favorite currently is seeing kitties get upset when they can't move stuff as well. Like,
All right.
kitty helping paint miniatures. I think another one is kitties helping their parents play musical instruments is another one I'm a big fan of. That one is fantastic. Simply because the animal does not know that they're not being helpful. Indeed they do. That mine doesn't care for. When I played cello back in the day, the kitties loved toying with the strings, but then would scare themselves with it. So I never understood the need for them to go back and forth. They were always so silly about it.
All right. So what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna talk to Ravel about unlocking the key. I figured maybe I already did that part, but I'll look into it again.
Sounds like a good plan to me. Maybe there's something that can be missed.
Done.
Yes.
Unlock the key. Knowing the key is not enough. So Ravel thinks, knowing it and unlocking it, two tasks that must be joined. For at times, a thing knows not its nature, but you are no stranger to that. Ravel cackles, a long, hideous cry that fills your ears with pain. Okay.
All right. I'm gone.
Has anybody ever seen a silk painting, by the way?
A silk painting?
Mm-hmm. It's a painting on, ironically, silk. It's
Done.
it's really, really, really pretty, extremely intricate, and also, yeah, Nikki Nightmare has seen them. Horribly, horribly expensive. It is a stunning hobby. I just need more people to see it, because I tell you, it is truly a stunning
All right.
and gorgeous, gorgeous art. Ugh. Because I was looking at someone who did a beautiful silk painting on TikTok, and I thought about like some of the areas in Planescape. I was like, this would actually, depending on like the area you chose, would be a gorgeous silk painting. You got the highlighted tiles, the different views. Like it genuinely be very, very pretty to do.
Yeah, I can imagine that.
Especially like the door where we keep seeing the Lady of Pain with the ticking. That would be gorgeous. Yeah, I just wanted to show you the fun thing I found recently.
Get your slave over here! Two for the price of one! Over there! I got him, he's mine! Look how strong he is! What do I hear? Do I hear 120? 130?
Why not?
I'll take him. Only 100, put him in.
All right.
Come on, we got a special on slaves! Use them for whatever you will! They're right over here! Step right up! No, that one's too lean.
Godsman Guard. You see a competent, somewhat bored-looking guard. Greetings, sir. May I be of assistance? What's behind those guarded doors? I'm afraid that's a secret, sir, even from our valued faction members. Unless you're involved in the project itself, or unless you receive authorization from one of the higher-ups, we can't allow you in. Fine. Where can I find the high-ups? Either Sandoz or Keldor should be able to aid you in this manner. Keldor is in the main meeting hall, just through the door on the right side of the main foundry. Sandoz can usually be found in the rooms to the rear of the hall. Thanks. How do I find the clerk's office? Just off of the main foundry, sir. You'll find an office with a desk in it. That's the clerk's office. Thanks. Farewell.
I'm gone. All right. Done.
I'd like to see the secret project, if I could. He smiles. Friend, I can't give that to you until you prove yourself a friend of the Godsman. Then answer a few more questions for me. What do you want to know? Nothing, thanks. Farewell. What do you want? Tell me of the project you're working on. Tell you about the project we sworn our lives to complete and defend? No, I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. Let's just say it's powerful, and it'll be worth the effort we've put into it. Fine. Answer some other questions for me, then. What are your questions? Nothing. Forget it. Welcome back, Charlie.
All right. All right. All right.
All right. I'm gonna try something. I'm going to
I'm
going to renounce the sensates for now and join the Godsmen,
I'm gone.
and then I'm going to see if it's possible to rejoin the sensates later.
That's a good idea, actually, because maybe we're missing something and we're supposed to play both sides for a little bit. Oh, for those of you who don't know, this is a completely blind playthrough, so we're not looking anything up, or taking anything from the background. So us kind of bumbling around is part of the experience. Welcome back, Charlie.
He scowls at you. You must first renounce your membership in the faction you joined since you applied to join the Godsmen. I do renounce the Sensates. The Oath. Life's tribulations are tests. There is nothing I encounter that is not a lesson. Pain is the multiverse's way of reinforcing a lesson. What I hate most in others is a reflection of what I hate most in myself. I will act to activate my potential and to aid others in achieving their goals. I will remember that Divinity's spark is present in everything. I swear fealty to the believers of the Source and their goals, never to forsake them. You swear the oath, and kill their smiles. Welcome to the Godsmen, lad. Do you need anything from me now? Actually, not right
Updated
now.
my journal.
Farewell. Okay.
All right. I'm gone. I'm gone. All right. Done.
It seems that for all intents and purposes, I'm still getting the benefits of the Sensates, even though I'm not officially a member anymore.
That's weird. Huh.
Done.
Before I make the oath official, let's see. There's one thing I want to try really quick.
I'm gone.
What's up?
Endure. I hear your words.
Yeah.
Yes?
I guess I must have unlearned knock at some point. Alright,
Ooh.
that's fine.
It shall be done.
Honestly, it probably wouldn't have worked anyway.
Fair.
All right.
I have some questions.
Updated my journal.
More questions? What can I do for you? I need to purchase some items. Ascension. Ascension is one of the finest weapons crafted or created at the Great Foundry, the home of the believers of the Source. It has one of three weapons called the Triad of Tests. It is one of three weapons called the Triad of Tests, including the hammer, Reason, and the dagger, Enlightenment. The symbol of the faction is engraved on the axe head, and the edges of the blades are so sharp they could split a hair lengthwise. You are the first to bear this weapon.
This is a toughie.
I'd like to see the secret project, if I could. You have proven yourself trustworthy. Here, take this. He presses a token emblazoned with the Godsman symbol into your hands. Do not lose it. If you do, I'm afraid I cannot replace it, so be careful with it. Is there anything else I can do for you? No thanks. Farewell. Godsman token. The bearer of this token, a brass coin embossed with the seal of the believers of the Source, has proven himself to the Godsman. It is a symbol of trust, and as such, it allows its bearer into the portions of the Foundry that are normally off limits except to the high-ups of the faction. Guard it carefully. Also, I completely forgot about this earlier. Let me use this. This heavy dodecahedron, about the size of both your fists balled together, seems inexplicably familiar to you. Its texture is cold and smooth, but whether it's metal or stone, you cannot tell. A certain, almost intangible tension runs over the object, as if it were ready to spring into the air at any moment. Examine the dodecahedron closely. Upon closer examination, you realize that each side of the dodecahedron is a plate that can be twisted clockwise or counterclockwise. It appears to be a puzzle box or combination lock. As each of the pentagonal plates has 5 possible positions, the dodecahedron has no less than 244,140,625 settings. It would take every second of the next 77 odd years to hit all the combinations. But then you might just get lucky and stumble onto a solution in minutes. Fiddle with it for a bit. As you methodically twist the cold, gray facets of the dodecahedron, a strange sensation forms at the base of your skull. Your hands seem to move of their own accord, churning the object and spinning its facets with mechanical precision. You've done this before. You knew the combinations once, and you also become aware that there's a certain danger within the object. Whether it's from simple traps or something less mundane, though, you cannot recall. Keep working at the dodecahedron. In moments, you have what might be the first 4 sides locked into their proper places. As you begin to twist the 5th side of the dodecahedron, you recall a cunning blade trap that would snap out to lash at the meddler's hands, slashing their wrists and severing fingers. You avoid the trap with the proper number of rotations, certain that you've made progress in the unraveling of the object's secret. Keep working at the dodecahedron. After avoiding the dodecahedron's springing blades, you slowly puzzle out the next series of facet positions. As you start to turn the 9th side of the dodecahedron, you suddenly remember a second trap, jets of toxic gas that would form a billowing cloud of lethal, corrosive vapor around the curious meddler. You circumvent the trap with the correct amount of twists, positive that you've nearly unlocked the dodecahedron. You circumvent the dodecahedron's poisonous gas trap and begin your work on the final facet positions. Just as you're locking the 12th pentagon into place, you recollect sorcerous runes hidden within the dodecahedron that would blast the unwitting holder with bolts of magical lightning. After disarming the trap with the correct number of facet rotations, the dodecahedron clicks and begins to open in your hands. The dodecahedron splits once, twice, and eventually unfolds itself impossibly into a perfectly rectangular tablet the size of a large book. Etched into its surface are a series of bizarre symbols. It looks to be a code or language that you feel should be familiar to you, but it's not. Further examination of the tablet reveals that by twisting the pentagonal facets that are now upon the underside of the tablet, different pages may be displayed across the tablet's face. You finally realize that the dodecahedron is a tome or journal of some sort. Until I learn to read this language, I might as well just put it away.
Updated my journal.
That's crazy.
I'm actually curious about this.
All right.
So, before I continue with the Foundry stuff, I'm actually going to go to see Phenom.
Sounds like a plan to me. Because this is fascinating. Oh, my space is being invaded again. Oh, I just can't lean over my desk today, can I, kitty?
I'm gone.
Okay. Unfold the dodecahedron to a page with writing on it and asks if he can translate it. He takes the unfolded dodecahedron in his hands and examines it closely. This language is a long dead one, known to virtually no one. I believe my father, a linguist like myself, knew this language, and may well have been the only man in Sigil at the time that could understand it. I recognize it from his notes, but I cannot translate it. Do you have those notes still? Phenom shakes his head. They will be of no use to you if you're looking to translate anything, and the few actual books he had pertaining to that language disappeared around the time of his murder, I believe. Your father was murdered? Phenom nods. Strangled, he was. He had left to tutor someone. He taught various languages to supplement his research income, and was discovered dead in a side chamber of the Civic Fest Hall. The killer was never found. This was perhaps 50 years ago now. I was but a child. He knew the language, though, and could teach it. Surely he did and could, were he alive today. My father was said to be a great teacher. Phenom sighed sadly. I have his skill with language, but not his patience for others, sadly. Is he interred at the mortuary?
Updated my journal.
Why, no. His ashes are kept here. He points to a bronze urn sitting atop a cabinet beside a bouquet of purple flowers. Why? A wry smile crosses Phenom's lips. A necroscope, are you? Speak with the dead? He suddenly frowns. I have no wish to speak of these things any longer. You'll have to excuse me, sir. Farewell. Farewell, Phenom.
I'm gone.
He said, hold up, you gonna talk to my dad? Alright, I'm gonna leave.
I'd very much like to see them, just the same. Phenom gives an annoyed sigh. I'm not certain where they are just now, and I'm looking for something else at the moment, my research journal. Perhaps when I've recovered it, I could spare the time to find those notes for you. Is it this book, right here?
Updated my journal.
Phenom's eyebrows arch. Why, yes it is! He takes it from you, then begins to rummage through his pockets. Here you are then, my father's notes. Square then, are we? Good. I have to look over my notes now, so if you'll just excuse me. Thanks, Phenom. Farewell. Finn Andlai's notes. These are the notes of the deceased linguist Finn Andlai. They are composed of his research into the language of the Uyo. These are the notes of the deceased linguist Finn Daya. They are composed of his research into the language of the Uyo, which seems remarkably similar to the writing you found hidden in the dodecahedron puzzle box. Read over them carefully. See if it sparks a memory.
Updated my journal.
As you read over Finn Andlai's notes regarding the lost language of the Uyo, there is a throbbing sensation in your temples as a memory begins to surface. Memories of this language. You recall letters, words, phrases, until, like a spire wind blowing away the blanket of poisonous smog over the great foundry, the language is once more revealed to you in its entirety. You should be able to read the writing in the dodecahedron now. Put the notes away.
Nice.
You have the cold, gray dodecahedron up to examine it carefully, now aware of the various deadly traps it holds for the incautious user and how to avoid them entirely. Having learned the dead language of the Uyo, you will at last be able to decipher its contents. Unfold the dodecahedron and read it.
Updated my journal.
The tablet turns out to be a journal of sorts, one kept by some prior incarnation of yourself, it would seem. And not an altogether sane one either. There are only a handful of completely coherent sections. Browse through it. What do you wish to read about? Read about Whispering Shadows. The whispers are not like the shadows moving. They are speaking, plotting, talking to each other. I can understand some of what they say. Read something else. Read about a female ghost. The book tells me things, whispers things. It tells me to avoid the ghost girl, avoid her. I don't know her and she torments me. Read about hiding something within your own body. And so I swallowed it, hoping it'd catch in my bowels. I can make someone remove it when I need to. Read something else. Read some paranoid ranting. I have learned that my life is not my own. I will not allow you to have my life. You will have to pull my life from my broken body if you want it. It's you who will die. If I cannot have it, neither will you. You are responsible for this treason of flesh. You will not live to live my life. Read about the accursed tattoos. The accursed tattoos will not leave my skin. I have tried to burn them off my skin. Failed. I try and cloak myself, but I always feel that people are reading my flesh, reading me like a book. Whenever they look at me, I want to tear their eyes out, pluck them from their sockets, and crush them beneath my heel. Read about dreams and revel. Why can't I dream? I used the goblet of Samir to force a waking dream. I saw a hag. She tempted me, threatened me with shadows. I have never seen her, but she came when I dreamt. I must not dream again. I must always be aware. I destroyed the goblet. She says she is someone of power, and that she will have me, will find me. Get away, hag. Stay far from me. Leave me in peace. I want nothing to do with you. Continue reading this portion of the journal. Her voice reeked of evil's talons. Talons like spiders. They burrowed into my gray matter, and I needed her out of my mind. Out, hag. She was a myth, a fairy tale who alone challenged the Lady of Pain. How can one fight someone who is a myth? I don't have the weapons. I need weapons that will kill her should she find me. I need a strategy so she cannot defeat me when she comes for me. I must devise and think. I shall beat her. Read about the danger of names. Fear names. Names have power and identity. Names can be used as weapons by others. They're a hook that can be used to track you, find you, hunt you across the plains. Remain nameless, and you shall be safe. Read about the killing in the fest hall. I went to the fest hall, looking for the path of my false self in its halls. So glaring was it that those I did not know, the false ones, welcomed me into their confidence, treated me as a friend, showed me my room, attended to my needs. I had to restrain myself from launching out against them. That would have been premature. First, I need to protect my identity. I found one who knew the exclusive language of the Uyo, learned it as I could, then killed him. Then I went to the sensorium and prepared to end the matter. Soon. Read about the murder of the one who tried to help you. There is nothing he can do. Memories are gone, he says, never to return. He says lies and tells me this is what he told me. Lies! He says my mind is weakening from every death. Lies! He sat there, betraying my confidence with every turn. He says that only after 3 more deaths, 3 more lives, will I gain the benefit of keeping my memories, but that I, myself, will die when I die. Die! How can one be immortal and still die? He could not answer, so he was of no use. I butchered him so that no other incarnation will ever benefit from his uselessness. Read a cryptic answer from an unknown source. So the ghastly head said, "You have been divided. You are one of many men. One in many men? You bear many names. Each has left their scars on your flesh." Continue reading this portion of the journal. Lost one, immortal one, incarnation's end, man of 1,000 deaths, the one doomed to life, restless one of many, the one who life holds prisoner, the bringer of shadows, the wounded one, misery bringer, Yemeth. Continue reading this portion of the journal. You are silvered glass that is cracked and the pieces scattered across history. Only one piece is of import. Regain that and your life will be yours again. There will be a price. This price will buy you a chance. Without the chance, you are doomed. You have lost that which is never meant to be separated from man. Your mortality has been stripped from you. Lost. It exists, but you must find it before your mind is lost to you as well. Read something about a legacy. A legacy? Note read. Forget not to collect your legacy. And a small code scratched beside it. 51 AA. A trap, no doubt, set by another of my false selves. I'll see it destroyed, I will. Put the journal away.
I'm gone. All right.
Actually, I believe you have a legacy for me. Indeed. Very well. Do you remember the legacy in question? The legacy number is 51 AA, I believe. He looks at you in surprise as you name the legacy. That is extremely old. Are you certain? A shocked look comes upon his face. I hope that wasn't one of the ones that was burned. How old is it? Well, Giannis ponders it for a moment. Several decades at least. You said it might have been burned. What do you mean? Giannis looks saddened. Yes, this office was the target of a senseless act of vandalism. A year ago, we had a break-in here at the office. The vandal's sole desire seemed to be to burn my legal documentation. Much was lost. A shame, really. Sigil can be quite wearing on a person's faith. He seems to lose an inch as he mentions Sigil. The vandal only damaged certain documents. Irreplaceable. Can you check and see if the legacy still exists? He nods quickly. Oh yes, of course. It will take a moment. Very well. I will wait. Ah, hello, Z Silver. Welcome. Good to have you. Giannis returns, nodding. Yes. Unfortunately, it was unharmed by. Fortunately, it was unharmed by the fire. All the articles are safe. Could I collect on it? I'm the beneficiary. Of course. Sign here and here, on the dotted line, there and there. All right. And there we are. That should be the last of the paperwork. Here are all the items that were in the vault. One looks like a foundry receipt, though quite an old one, to be sure. Did the deceased have something consummation at the foundry? I don't really know. I'm beginning to think just about anything is possible. Where is the foundry?
Updated my journal.
It is located in the lower ward. It is past the great gate. Look for a number of Godsman's guards at a gate, and you should be in the right place. Thank you for the directions. I will go there now. Strange chunk of rock. This lump of stone is much lighter than it looks. It might be the petrified organ of some creature. Although this lump has a stone texture, it is extremely pliant, like a sponge. For some reason, just looking at it makes you hungry. A disturbing gurgling sound occasionally comes from the stone. Receipt. Godsman receipt. A receipt stamped with the symbol of the Godsman, probably redeemable at the Great Foundry. Kaleidoscopic gem. This shimmering jewel catches the light and reflects it in a spray of colors. It looks extremely valuable. Stone Gullet of Lefail the Gross. Permanent +1 save to save versus poison. Permanent +15% resistance to acid. The gurgling stone gullet of Lefail the Gross is not as well known as most artifacts tend to be. No wars have been waged over it, no betrayals, no epic journeys into the underworld. Only a few moralizing sorcerers, a fat man, and his stomach. As the legend goes, Lefail the Gross was said to have been a promising practitioner of the art, a sorcerer's apprentice to one of the last seers of Essanon. Despite his skill at the art, however, his gluttony was the subject of much ridicule among his peers. During the last great massing of Esanon, the Fall was invited to dine at the center table, but unbeknown to him, his peers had filled his wine goblet with an elixir of turning flesh to stone to teach the rotund student a lesson. The Fall consumed such great amount of food and drink during the Mass, however, that it diluted the poison's effects. Complaining of a stomachache hours after the feast, the local healers discovered that Lafal's stomach had turned into stone. It was still capable of digesting food. Lafal lived the rest of his days happily eating, though his gullet was a few pounds heavier than before. When he finally died, his stomach was removed as an oddity, and since then it has wandered the plains in search of new stomachs. To use the artifact, one must consume it. It has the consistency of stale bread, and so doing will turn the eater's stomach into the stone gullet. Devouring the stone gullet of Lafal will grant the user the blessing of stone and rock and slight resistance to stomach acid. Okay.
I love that so fucking much. Wow. That is
Yes.
fantastic.
Bon appetit.
Hail bread, though. That's a description. That's awesome, Z. So, oh, my kitty cats have decided they wanted to fight over food. Excuse me for a moment. I'm back. One of my cats is zooming and distressing her sister on purpose. Lord knows.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Annoying siblings goes through not only bloodlines, time immemorial, but animals.
Let's see. Shackles of Light invokes Chain Lightning Storm. Somehow, someone or something has managed to transform the power of lightning and turn it into a solid form. These shackles contain all the power and fury of a lightning storm, and at one time could probably contain even the most powerful of creatures. Now, it looks as if the spells that have bound the lightning are failing, as evident by the constant discharge of energy. Throwing the chains should be enough to release the energy contained in the chains. And Kaleidoscopic Eye invokes Chromatic Orb when held, special, equipped, +1 to all saving throws, +1 to save versus spells, +5% resistance to magic, usable only by good creatures. This shimmering jewel is actually the corpse of a radiant spirit from the upper plane of Elysium. When these creatures pass away, they leave their shimmering husks behind. These husks are often mistaken for jewels or semi-precious stones. Their essence is still that of harmony and goodness, and they can only be employed by a creature whose heart is filled with good intentions. The kaleidoscopic eye can either be wielded in the hand or placed in an empty eye socket, depending on whether its owner wishes to use it for defense or offense. When held, the user may summon its power to harness ambient light, twist it, then turn it against his enemies. When placed in the owner's eye socket, the eye grafts itself to the wearer's skull and helps shield its new owner. It absorbs a portion of the energies from incoming attacks and provides proof against all manner of magical attacks. When the kaleidoscopic eye's offensive power is exhausted, it cracks and turns to dust. Interesting. I know the Nameless one was good aligned at some point. I guess I must have done something to make him go back to neutral.
That's interesting. What do you said you're are you chaotic neutral again or just pure neutral?
I'm probably lawful neutral right now. Let's see. Oh no, I'm chaotic neutral. Interesting. Okay.
Oh. You just sitting there straddling that line between the two.
I'm gone. I'm gone.
What are you talking about 100? It's not worth 50.
All right.
Was there something else you wanted? I'm here to pick up an item. Do you have a receipt? You need a receipt or I can't give you anything. Yes, I do. The old man takes the receipt from you and scrutinizes it carefully. This thing's over 100 years old! How'd you come by it? It was in a legacy. I see. Quite a catch you've made. Here you go, lad. Treat this metal well, you hear? Sure. Farewell. Curious ironwork. This is a shimmering piece of filigreed metalwork that you picked up in the Great Foundry. It looks almost gauzy. Sharp edges protrude from it. You have no idea what to do with it right now, but it must be important if you left it behind for yourself. May I help you, sir? Show the token to the guard. I've got a token. He examines the token closely. My mistake, sir. May I help you with anything else? No. Good day.
I'm gone.
The nozzle of the cannon fairly radiates magical energy.
All right.
Clara. You see a Givsarai woman, bald, with scarred cheeks and a cat's grace in her walk. As she turns towards you, she spies Dakan. Her eyes widen. She addresses him. You bring joy to my heart. My name is Clara. May I aid you? My companion would like to speak with you concerning the workings of this device. May he speak for the two of us? She looks at you and looks back at him quizzically. Of course, esteemed one. If you speak for him and accept responsibility for keeping what passes here a secret. She turns her attention reluctantly to you. You have questions for me? Yes. She glances at Fall from Grace, and her mouth curves in a graceful mool. I apologize, Honored One, but I cannot speak of this. I am both contractually and magically bound not to speak of this in the hearing of certain manifestations. Shall we say, of belief. She turns to the succubus. My apologies, Lady Grace. I understand. Clara bows. What does that mean? She can't speak about it in the presence of fiends. I would speculate that since she's been bound contractually, that means it's a project of law, and since she's been bound to it magically, it is likely Batezu in origin. That's quite a chain of speculation. Is she correct, Clara? Again, the supervisor turns uncomfortably toward Fall from Grace and grits her teeth. I may not speak of it. Fine then. Answer some questions for me. Ask, and I will tell you if I may. I trust your companion's discretion. Aside to Dakon. Who is she? And why does she treat you with such respect? She is of the people. Her markings tell of one who has walked the path from limbo and has been made to not know our ancestral home. Her markings tell all Giv'Sarai to render her assistance, and tell the Giv'Sarai that she is still of the people. Her reverence for me is a reverence shown to all Zerf. Nothing for now. Farewell.
Yes?
Vrishika doesn't seem to care for you much. No, she does not. I do not blame her. What was that she was saying about you being a Batezu camp follower? Surely you remember what I told you about my past. Well, I was more curious about the camp follower part Vrishika mentioned. What does she mean by that? Fall from Grace takes on a curious expression. She seems to be studying you for a moment, trying to read your features. After a moment, she speaks, and her voice is quieter than normal. Does it matter? To me, yes. I'd like to know who I am traveling with. In answer to your question, I will tell you this. The Batezu are not human. Their lusts lie in power, not for the flesh, and they care nothing for the raping or rutting as humans do when they hold another human prisoner. The torments of the Batezu are far more subtle and far more damaging than any violation of the flesh, and the scars last far longer. Is that what you wish to know? Yes. Why did you say that you don't blame Vrishika for hating you? Vrishika is a Tanari, a fiend, like I, but of a different sort, an Alu fiend. To understand Vrishika, you must understand that Tanari culture is chaos, and chaos by nature cares nothing for fairness or justice. Alu fiends are viewed as being extraneous, without purpose. In many ways, it is worse than a death sentence.
Yes?
I'm gone.
That's interesting. I don't seem to have the option to tell Grace to stand by.
Dude. I don't know what to do from here then.
Okay. I'll
What are
figure
your
something
thoughts?
out. Well, first of all, I'm going to take a look at Actually, no. What I'm gonna do first is take a rest, and then I'm going to identify the metalwork.
All right.
Good idea. We need to.
I need a place to rest. This chamber, with its fine wooden furnishings and large, overstuffed bed, is luxurious. Scented candles and a small fireplace add to the already rich atmosphere of the room. Any person who slept in such a room would recover 30 hit points, though your supernatural constitution means you'd recover all your hit points with the same amount of rest. Anyone resting will also memorize any spells they have selected in their spell book. There we go. Right. Do not rest when your party is scattered. Huh.
What is it? Wait, where's the party was all right together, weren't they?
Yeah, I guess they just needed to be closer to me.
Apparently them standing just a little too far away from the smelly skull was an issue.
Ah, okay. All right,
mean,
then.
All right. Let's do it.
Unfolding portal. This is a shimmering piece of filigreed metalwork that you picked up in the Great Foundry. It looks almost gauzy. Sharp edges protrude from it. You have no idea where it goes right now, but it must be important if you commissioned it for yourself. All you need to do to activate it is find the proper key. This may actually be it. If that's the case, then I probably never needed to join the Godsmen, but whatever. You unfold the shimmering metal, and immediately it begins crackling with life. It begins forming itself into a metallic circle, hovering in the air. There's something in your possession that has activated this portal. You get the feeling that you probably ought to make sure you have everything you need. You might not be back in Sigil for a long time. Nope, never mind, not yet.
Oh no.
I'm gone. All right.
Yes? Yes?
I had some questions I wanted to ask you. Why don't you ask the stuck up you bis your questions then? Anna's eyes narrows to slits. Why are we even traveling with her? We don't need her. We don't. Anna, please. You're very important to me, and I need your help. Oh, aye. Why is that then? They should be rich as should. You pity me, is that it? You think I slow you down? Go on, say it. I don't pity you, and you don't slow me down. You're quick, you're skilled, and I really need all the help I can get. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. Aye, well, no, I'll gut her if she starts sizing us up for a feast, I will. She glares at you. And don't get any ideas I'm staying 'cause you want me to. I'm just helping you out, I am. Fine, I have some questions. Aye?
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
What do you know about the Blood War? It's a war. A big, bloody, messy war. It happens everywhere, though you can't always see it. Go on. You see, Chief, it's a war between two nasty races, demons and devils. Once upon a time, they didn't know about each other. The devils were so evil, but it was an the devils were evil, but it was an orderly kind of evil. The demons were also evil, but they were more relaxed about it, more impulsive, more chaotic, less organized. The devils were like politicians, the demons were like butchers. Then, one day, the two races meet. They looked at each other, and they didn't like how the other race treated evil, and they fought ever since. It's a big nightmare, but at least it keeps those two races occupied so they don't run all over the plains. You said you're a Mimir, right, Mort? Yeah, a Mimir's a floating encyclopedia. You put information in, you get information out. Mimir's made of a silvery metal. So, maybe some more. But I'm not. And there's stranger things on the plains than that, Chief. See, I have some other questions. How'd you die, Mort? No idea, Chief. Kinda forgot when I died. Can't say I blame myself much. At least there was something waiting for me after I died, even if it is life as a floating skull. I mean, it could have been worse. What happened to your body? I don't know, right? It's just gone. Mort glares at you. I don't think I miss it, because I'm happy just the way I am. And I don't need your half-wit judgments or snide remarks, alright? Whatever, let's go. Come on, shake a leg. Mort glares at you. I'm not convinced you are some sort of walking curse that's destined to follow me around. Look who's talking. Let's go.
Shake a leg, let's go is so foul. It's so mean and I love it.
What is your will?
I've read the Unbroken Circle of Zerfamon. I want to speak to you more about the Way of Zerfamon. What did you come to know? Endure. In enduring, grow strong. The words you speak seem to strike Dakon strangely. As you speak them, his forehead creases, then resettles into his normal passive expression. Your will has brought you the knowing of the third circle of Zerfamon. With this knowing, I impart this to you. He takes the circle, and with a deft motion, he twists one of the links so one of the plates slides forth. He hands the plate to you. Meditate upon its teachings, and the knowing of it shall give you strength. Very well. I will study this circle. Is there more you can teach me? As you ask the words, you suddenly notice that Dakon isn't looking at you. He is holding the unbroken circle in his hands, studying it. His blade has taken on the same texture as the unbroken circle, and Dakon suddenly seems older somehow. Dakon's black eyes rise from the circle and look at you. Know that I do not believe you will come to know the teachings of the circle. It is a difficult path you will walk in learning the way of Zerfamon. Is your mind focused on this matter? Yes, I wish to learn more. Dakon's fingers feel around the edges of the stone circle, and he twists it clockwise, the links clicking until they have settled into a new configuration. He then reverses the motion, resetting the stone. The next circle of Zerfamon is open to you. Study it, and I will hear your words. Very well. I will read it and speak with you again. Third circle of Zerfamon. Okay. Inscribed upon this circular stone plate is the third circle of Zerfamon. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I read all this before. Yep, I did. This small round stone is the unbroken circle of Zerfamon. It is made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another. The complexity of the plates and the intricacy of their links prove the text was constructed by a master artisan. Unlock the fourth circle of Zerfamon. You slide the plates into the configuration Dakon showed you, and a new ring is revealed. The ring carries the same script as you read before, with the same geometries. You know the symbols and know you can read them. Read the fourth circle of Zerfamon. Know that the rising of the people against the Illithid was a thing built upon many 10 turnings of labor. Many of the people were gathered and taught in secret the ways of defeating their Illithid masters. They were taught to shield their minds and use them as weapons. They were taught the scripture of steel, and most importantly, they were given the knowing of freedom. Some of the people learned the nature of freedom and took it into their hearts. The knowing gave them strength. Others feared freedom and kept silent. But there were those that knew freedom and knew slavery, and it was their choice that the people remained chained. One of these was Vilkar. Vilkar saw no freedom in the rising, but opportunity. He saw that the Illithid had spawned across many of the false worlds. Their worlds numbered so many that their vision was turned only outwards, to all they did not already touch. Vilkar's eye saw that much took place that the Illithid did not see. To the rising, the Illithid were blinded. Vilkar came before his master, the Illithid, Zigitaris, and with the knowing of the rising, Vilkar added to his chains and offered to bear their eyes against the rising. In exchange, Vilkar asked that he be rewarded for his service. The Illithid agreed to his contract. At the bonding of the contract, a dark time occurred. Many were the betrayals Vilkar committed, and many were the people that the Illithids fed upon to stem the rising. It seemed that the rising would die before it could occur, and the Illithid were pleased with Vilkar's eye. It was near the end of this dark time when Zerfamon came to know Vilkar's treacheries. In knowing Vilkar's eye, Zerfamon forced the rising to silence itself, so that Vilkar might think at last his treacheries had succeeded, and the rising had fallen. He knew that Vilkar's eye was filled only with the reward he had been promised. He would see what he wished to see. With greed beating in his heart, Vilkar came upon the Illithid Zishitaris and spoke to his master of his success. He said that the rising had fallen, and the Illithids were safe to turn their eyes outwards once more. He praised their wisdom in using Vilkar's eye, and he asked them for his reward. In his greed blindness, Vilkar had forgotten the knowing of why the people had sought freedom. He had lost the knowing of what slavery meant. He had forgotten that his Illithid masters, or what his Illithid masters saw when they looked upon him. And so Vilkar's betrayal of the people was ended with another betrayal. Vilkar came to know that when Vilkar's eye had nothing left to see, Vilkar's eye was useless. The Illithid gave the Vilkar his reward, opening the cavity of his skull and devouring his brain. Vilkar's corpse was cast upon the fields of husks, so its blood might water the poison-stemmed grasses.
What is your will?
I have read the Unbroken Circle of Zerfamon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerfamon. What did you come to know? When one chooses to see without knowing, they betray themselves. Never mind, Dakan.
What is your will?
Yes.
Ignis, I spoke with a storyteller in the Hive, and he mentioned that someone taught you these things. Who? Of learnings and teachings you know. Gouts of flame erupt from Ignis's mouth in a horrid semblance of laughter. You have always taught Ignis. Ignis's master you were. Me? Are you sure?
Updated my journal.
Ignis's voice drops, and the crackling of the flames dies. Yes, it is the only reason. Ignis obeys you. Flames rise around him in a crackling spiral. Death comes for us both. Your words to me, your student Ignis. Ignis has not forgotten. Master. Ignis, if I was your master, can you remember anything about me? Ignis hisses, and for a moment, his features flicker. First, you think it's the flames, but it's not. It's the flickering of memory. Surrender to the memory. The crackling of Ignis's flames subsides, lessening as the charred bones of Ignis's body hold up, twisting into itself until his limbs lie motionless, becoming a stack of wood within a huge iron fireplace. You are staring into a fire, burning brightly within a vaulted room. The fire crackles and spits embers onto the stone floor. Motes rising from the fireplace. Faintly, from the darkness behind you, you can hear the rasp of someone breathing. Memory. I can hear you. Step into the light. There is the shuffling of sandals, and a frail youth steps into the edges of the firelight. His wide, black eyes catch the flames and mirror them. He is nervous. You can hear his muscles shaking, his voice trembling, just enough to increase your irritation. Forgive my intrusion, Master. Memory. You have already intruded, supplicant. You did so with intention. I will hear it now, then you will leave me to my thoughts. The boy takes a deep breath and glances at the fire. Master, I dreamed the flames again last night. They felt real, and you said that we were to come to you with memory. It was a dream, nothing more. Now leave. The boy does not move. His brows draw together, and slowly he displays his hands, the flesh around the fingers, blackened, burned. Memory. How did your hands come to be burned, supplicant? I awoke and my hands were as ash. The boy meets your gaze. He is still trembling, faintly, but there is an eagerness in his voice which angers you. I dreamed I soared above the earth, and the ground and sky were as fire. The world itself was so bright that it hurt to look at it, Master. And when I awoke, my hands, they were burned, as if I had held a flame within my hands. Memory. You lie, supplicant. You have come to me with a story, and now you are in danger of angering me. No, Master. The boy's face glistens with a sweaty sheen of fear. No, upon my life, I do not. Memory. You burned yourself with a candle, supplicant, or thrust your hand within one of the pyres in the vault of currents. Now you come to me and tell me a dream burned you. I tire of your lies. The boy falls silent, and to your surprise, his face clenches in anger. No, I do not lie. It was the dream that burned me, Master, as you said it might if we felt the power stirring. They were your words, and I came to repeat them to you and tell you they are true. He holds up his hands. Look, Master. Memory. Grab his hands. Before the boy can react, your hand, huge in comparison, lashes out, crushing the burned hands in its grip, and the boy screams, echoing in the vault. With a snarl, you hurl him to the ground in front of the fireplace, and there is a sharp crack as its knees strike the flagstones. Memory. Look into those flames, supplicant. Raise your head. Look! The boy shuddering from the pain from his knees. You watch tears blur his eyes as he raises his head to look into the fireplace. The flames cast his face in a red, gaunt glow. Memory. Is that what you wish to hold, supplicant? Is the shaping of flames what stirs your heart? Know that flames can burn, and if you would learn their power, you must suffer their touch. The boy is silent, staring into the flames. He seems mesmerized. His tears have dried in the heat, and the shaking is gone. The flames are his focus. He is not listening to you, and you feel fury washing over you. Memory. If that is what consumes you, enough for you to intrude upon my meditations, then I shall teach you of the shaping of flames, supplicant. Your hand lashes out and clamps onto the boy's wrist. He howls as you drag him closer to the fireplace, then thrusts his hands into the coals. There's a crackling, a hissing of burning flesh, and his screams, such terrible, yet memory. To learn, you must suffer, supplicant. You must allow yourself to be burned by the power of that which you wield. Know its torment, and you shall know how to use it against your enemies.
Updated my journal.
Your vision clears, the memories streaming away like smoke. Ignis is hovering above you, his head cocked to one side, and an insane, blackened grin smeared across his face. Master, Ignis has not forgotten your teachings.
Oh.
See, I have some other questions. Never mind then.
Experience has increased my
I
skills.
see that we're the cause of everybody's problems and then some.
Yeah,
I didn't think that we made Ignis, but I thought that we had a hand in it. But not that we literally
My
are.
lungs feel like a chimney.
You know, maybe we need to be put down.
I'm gone.
okay. Let's see.
Yes?
Fall from Grace's diary. This book looks like it is made from paper-thin silver sheets. The engraving of a woman is on the cover of the text, and there's a small lock on the side of the book. No matter how you try, the lock resists your attempts to open it. Well, I didn't want to read it anyway. Well, at least, not yet. Okay. Missions, characters. Yeah, like this. Better.
Aye. What is it you want then? Aye. What is it you want then?
Okay. Let's see what time it is. 8:21. Before I open that portal, which I assume is going to take me to Ravel's maze, I want to sort out these three subquests here. So first what I'm actually going to do is just go ahead and look up this business about Mar.
That's a good plan. We could probably leave the maze for next week, honestly, because then, one, it won't run into our usual overtime, but also will allow for something to look forward to, I guess. Pardon me, the cat's trying to eat my packing tape.
Okay, so apparently Mar is in the exact same. Sorry, there was no sound because I tabbed out of the game for a moment. But I just looked up Mar or about the side quest with Mar, and it says that he's supposed to be in the same space, well, the same area, but in a slightly different part of the same area that he started out
Alright.
in.
I'm gone. Done.
Let's see.
Need to apologize, Charlie. You were just pointing something out to us. We appreciate that. Don't you worry, amid.
X 1015, Y 700.
Come on in here, Carter. Give it a rest. You want to sleep on the streets and get killed out here. Come on in.
Make you feel like a man.
Don't be shy. You'll do anything you want. I promise, won't you, honey? Get in and rest it off.
You want to make it to the costume.
He was right here the whole time.
Hey, Carter. Come here. Come
Oh my freaking... You know what? Sometimes... You know what? You know what? We'll take that L.
I promise, won't you, honey?
Mar's eyes take on a wild look as he sees you approaching. In a high screeching voice, he asks, "What you be doing back here? Don't come back till you be delivering the box." I got rid of the box. It does me heart good to hear you say that. Before you kills me for the horrible deed of tricking me into taking that box, please let me try to explain. I'm listening. Explain yourself. The long and the short of it be that box has been around as long as anyone can remembers. Chances some folks were fighting, and when they was done, a huge demon was imprisoned inside the box. Other folks say an evil wizard made it just for seeing others suffer. No one rightly knows what the truth behind the box be, but the owner of the box will die should it be opened. Why didn't the owner just put the box where no one would find it? Aye, it seems it should have been as simple as that. But who among us could live with a death sentence lingering over their head? To drive any sane man over the edge, having to worry about the whereabouts of that damnable box at all times. Why me? First, I hadn't seen you around here before. You sees, I needed a clueless berk such as yourself to accept the box and become the new owner. Everyone's around here knows not to take the box, not for any price. Secondly, if you didn't examine the box when you had it, you would have noticed that whatever magics were placed on it were weakening. With me being the current owner and all, you can see I needed to pass it on right quickly. Besides, if anyone looked ready to pass on to the next realm, it was ye. You want to talk about passing on to the next realm? Keep talking or you'll find out about it. Obviously, I picked a cutter of no small means. Surely this has been but a minor inconvenience to one such as ye. I offer this weapon and some jink to line your purse as a reward for your troubles. 'Tis all I own. And coincidentally, 'twas what that rat Kuatra used to get me to take possession of the box. Give me my reward and then leave me.
Updated my journal.
That is crazy. All they had to do was literally hide the box. But they kept passing it around. Like, literally just bury the thing. Well, you know what? Monkey's paw.
Yeah, I mean, Murphy's Law. If they had just hidden the box, somebody would have found it. Hollow Axe. This huge axe is a double-bladed weapon topped with a spike. The edges are razor sharp, and the long handle allows the wielder to put considerable force into the swing. This axe is of a different alloy than normal steel. It's light and easy to swing. It causes the same amount of damage as an ordinary axe, but it strikes much more quickly.
Nice.
Come on, Cutter, what are you afraid of? My girls will make you feel like a man.
Now I'm looking into the Dream Builder.
Sounds good. A box where you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You know what I was thinking? I was like, okay, they could have just buried it. Kids love digging holes. It would take one person's kid to just go and dig it on up.
Yeah.
Done.
Well met again. You have some questions I could mayhap be helping you with? Yes. Aye, I'd be pleased to help you if I could. The boy looks grateful not to be toiling over the furnace. What is it I can answer for you? Can you tell me about the sword? Hold on. Here we go. I don't know for sure. To me, it was just hissing and such. But I think they was talking about the tower, he shrugs. The tower? Aye, that's one of the strangest sights to be in the ward. No one really knows how long that scarred old tower has been around. You can't get into it, you know. Bolted up tighter than a chastity belt. I'd be curious to know what's in there, he thinks for a moment. The Abishai was questioning at the tower and the portal. They was looking for the key, I bet. What key? The key to the portal that leads to the tower. Every portal has a key that opens it to somewhere. The key can be a gesture, an item, or even a thought. Many have tried hard to get into the tower. No matter how hard you try, you fail. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in. Shrugs. I don't know, Cutter. Maybe. Tell me where this portal is located. Stop to think for a moment. There's a drawbridge-like contraption back of the tower, east of the market. That's where it is. Gets a faraway look. I must be going. Farewell. So, I know I've had that discussion with him before, but when I looked up the Dream Builder quest, that's what it told me to talk to him. So, let's see what happens.
Okay, that sounds like a plan.
Nothing yet. Let me keep reading into it. Bridge section, the lower ward. Okay, X is 3725 and Y is 1500.
Use them for whatever you will. They're right over here. Step right up. Come on, we got a special on slaves. Use them for whatever you will. They're right over here. Step right up.
Oh, there we go. You approach the location of the portal that the boy, Laszlo, spoke of. You begin to replay your conversation with him in your head. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in, you hear yourself say. Suppress any desire to enter the tower.
Come on, we got a special on slaves. Use them for whatever you will.
All right.
Coax metal. You see an iron creature. Its size is staggering. If it stood full height, it would shatter the roof of the siege tower. Thundering echoes rattle the walkway as the creature hammers away on its forge, and the smell of soot and ash fills the air. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
There is the screaming of metal on metal as the giant turns to face you. You suddenly realize the golem is built into the siege tower itself. Girders, pipes, and huge bracers run through its lower torso and into the walls. The bottom portion of its body makes up the forge itself. What are you? I am iron given purpose. What purpose? I forged the implements by which the multiverse will be unmade. You mean forging weapons? That's your purpose? Metal is like flesh. Both carry potential in their veins. When tempered with heat and pressure, the potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth this potential. Allow it expression. Oh, just a moment, everybody. Okay, sorry about that. Who do you make these weapons for? I forge them for the sake of entropy. They are pain-seeking expression. What does entropy need weapons for? Beyond this tower, order rallies its legions. The multiverse heals its wounds. In time, its strength may equal entropy. The multiverse is your enemy? Why?
Updated my journal.
The multiverse breathes, it grows, it stagnates. It forges its chains around the planes link by link. In time, even entropy may be chained. And you're opposed to chaining entropy? When a thing seals itself against its own destruction, it merely dies a different death.
Entropy is having a heck of a day, I see.
So you're saying immortality is just a different kind of death? Immortality is only a word. All that exists can die. You're saying you could forge a weapon to kill an immortal? Every living thing has a weapon against which it has no defense. Time, disease, iron, guilt. How do you know what weapon to use? One must know the enemy to forge such a weapon. And how do I do that? Start with a fragment of the enemy, a drop of blood, a crystallized thought, one of its hopes. All of these things tell the way it can die. What if your enemy strikes from a distance, from shadows, and never shows himself? Then that is the fragment of the enemy you must use. How? The actions of your enemy have told you much. Your enemy does not wish to engage you directly. That is a weakness. Or, for some reason, it cannot engage me directly. That is an equal possibility. Either possibility reveals weakness. How do I exploit that? The actions of your enemy have told you it does not wish to engage you directly. That is a weakness.
Updated my journal.
How do I exploit that? If the enemy does not wish to confront you directly, deny its wish. Take the battle to the enemy. And if the reason it can't attack me directly is because it has no choice?
Updated my journal.
If it is not allowed to confront you directly, find the reason. The reason will reveal a weakness. You said immortality was just a word. That all that lives can die. Could you make a weapon that could kill me? Yes. Really. I would need a drop of your blood. That is all. Very well. The tool of your destruction has been forged and educated. It is not enough. What do you mean?
Updated my journal.
The magics that keep your heart beating and mend your flesh are strong. You must sink the blade into your body only within a shell where you are cut off from the planes. Why? The reason is not known to me, yet both the weapon and the place are necessary for your destruction. Where would I find such a shell that separated me from the planes? That is not known to me. I had another question. Ask. What is this place? This tower is a siege engine. It exists to breach the walls between planes. Breach planes?
Updated my
How?
journal.
The tower anchors itself upon a plane. A wound is torn in the multiverse when the bridge of the tower opens. Legions may pass from one plane to the other through the tower. When the plane has severed entropy's purpose, the tower anchors itself again. What happened to the legions that have used the tower? Entropy has unmade them. And what happened to the planes the siege tower invaded? Entropy has unmade them. I see. Some other questions. What are you doing? Right now? Who or what are you? I am on iron given purpose. Oh, yeah. Why do you make weapons? The iron of my body once existed only as minor expressions of pain. Blades, spears, axes, arrowheads, rivets, and catapults. From these implements of war was I wrought. What happened? These minor expressions of pain were melted to forge this body. My potential was allowed to surface. Now my purpose is to bring out the potential in other metals. You said that someone melted those weapons and forged your body. Who? Entropy raped me from the planar battlefields. Can you tell me more of what you do with weapons? Metal is like flesh. Oh wait, no, I read this already. What do you know of the Blood War? It is the war by which the planes will be unmade. How long has it gone on? The lifetimes of many metals. Did you ever serve in it? Yes. It was on this forge that the screaming projectiles that tore the smoking skies of Avernus were made. Weapons so sharp, the wind itself knew agony. Oh. I had another question. Have you heard of a night hag named Ravel? The night hag sought to sunder this city. Her greatest works were those of unmaking. She walked the path of entropy. Do you know what happened to her?
Updated my journal.
Order set chains about her. She was cast within a cage. Do you know where this cage is? Her prison is unknown to me. I have another question. I need a heavy, decorated, wrought iron birdcage. Do you have one? I have such an item. The Dream Builder came to me an age ago. He promised me that my durance in the prison of this city would be near an end when the cage left my possession. I see. Can I have it?
Updated my journal.
Yes. Take this cage and lay waste to those who create such confines. Before I go, I had other questions. If this siege tower can travel the plains, why do you remain here? The tower is trapped in this city. This city is a cage that it cannot breach. How did this siege tower get in the city in the first place? At one time, the tower laid siege to the plains. How I was brought here is not known to me. How I may escape is not known to me. I'm sorry to hear that. I don't think I can help you. Farewell. Blade of the Immortal.
Oh, real fast, I'll be quick. I'm not gonna lie, the idea of a gigantic, wrought iron birdcage, but it's a gazebo and a gorgeous garden, just hit me, and I had to leave y'all with that idea. I'm good now.
Blade of the Immortal. Let's see. This is a strange blade that the Iron Golem forged using a drop of your blood. It is an ugly-looking weapon, shaped so it resembles one of the symbols on your left arm. Black veins wormed their way across the surface of the metal, and the edge looked so dull that it couldn't even cut warm butter. It pulses slightly as you hold it, like a heart. The golem claimed this blade could slay even you, provided it was used in a place that was cut off from the rest of the plains. Dream Cage. This is a fine wrought birdcage adorned with razors that you obtained from Coax Metal the Golem. You are supposed to take it back to Niall Xander for use in the Dream Builder.
done.
The machine.
so- Oh no, I can't remember my thought now. You go ahead.
The machine requires a birdcage adorned with razors, fine wrought, to mimic the destructive power of dreams and their ability to capture our hearts and imaginations. Search in the siege tower for a cage I have commissioned. I've got it right here. Now give me my dreams.
Updated my journal.
I need just one more item from you, and we can begin the final process of the Dream Builder. I need a pillow that has lain inside a coffin. It will stimulate a sleep so profound that you may as well be dead. It opens your mind to the emanations of the Dream Builder. It is, if I say so myself, a touch of inspiration on my part. I'll get it. Well, hello there. In the market for a coffin yet? He smiles amiably. I have some questions. Nods at you. Ask away. He gives you a broad smile. I need to buy a coffin pillow. He nods at you. Ah! You are here to purchase then. I assure you, what I do is a labor of love. The real value of my profession is in the building of the coffin, in doing it and doing it well. It is an act of perfectly ordered creation. Every piece must fit just so for the betterment of the whole. It is much like a metaphor for the harmonium philosophy. We create order, and it is beauty. I just need a pillow. He nods at you again. I need 50 coppers for the basic boards used in construction, though the expense doesn't cover the time. Usually, it's either whitewashed or painted some color of the person's choosing. The boards themselves are usually a 16th handspan thick, maybe even thicker depending on the nature of the corpse, whether it's a human being buried or not, or whether it's a human being buried or not, or whether they're worried that the person might get back up again. He laughs. I just need a pillow. He nods at you again. Some prefer Bitopian pine, which is fine and traditional, but I prefer the heavy Arborean oak materials, simply because they have a good weight about them. Even a 20th inch of the oak is stronger than a 16th of a handspan of pine. He pauses for a moment. I said I just need a pillow. He nods at you. From there, I might need about a score multiplied by a score of steel wood screws, gauge about 8 by 1¼ inch or so. Lots of shops around here carry them, so not a big deal to acquire them. I also need some sort of metal pins for securing the interior lining. Best to pick them up with the bunch. Then there's the matter of the battens and corner blocks, depending on how you wish to do it. Are you listening to me? I said I just need a pillow! He places his head on his chin, and although I usually let the natural wood speak for the color of the coffin for itself, sometimes the person commissioning it wants it painted special or engraved. I don't usually do the final work for that, though I am skilled, but contracted out. He pauses for a breath. And the handles alone are another matter entirely. He nods knowingly. What about the handles? Big thing handles. Everything about handles depends on how the coffin is to be carried. You got skilled men carrying the coffin at shoulder height. Don't even need to worry about handles. Professional pallbearers never use them, see? If you got your family and friends carrying the coffin, then the handles are necessary. You need some rope handles or even metal handles. He gives you a satisfied look. That's fine and all, but I came in here for a pillow. Do you have any? Let me give you an example. I think the most beautiful coffin I'd ever seen was this one of clear pine. I don't know where they managed to get it, whether from a place in Bitopia or elsewhere. Anyway, it was put together carefully and trimmed with this beautiful run of redwood. The effect was somewhat ruined by the crude amounts of thick hemp rope that surrounded the affair. Surely, something was needed for the pallbearers to hold on to, but to ruin the entire beauty of the coffin with such badly woven rope. Hammer shakes his head. I'm sure this is fascinating and all, but I just want a pillow. Then there's the matter of measurements. They can be tricky, and I try to do it myself, since occasionally a client will neglect to inform me as to the race of the deceased or forget something like the hip width. Very important indeed. Also, if the client is still alive, I try and make precautions so that the client fill out before they die. You know? He pauses. Then there's the construction itself. Emrys. There's many different ways of attaching the sides and ends to the floor of the coffin and to each other. Some use internal battens or corner blocks, with plenty of wood screws secured in place. You can also do the fiend's tooth method and just cut alternating tongues and recesses all along the edges to be joined, so that they fit together, like a fiend's jaw. It requires little more work and precision, but the result is neat and very strong. He pauses to breathe once again. Emrys. Then there's the lid. The lid's gonna need a rim or lip all around its edge, made from a strip of wood pinned to the box or carved around the edge itself. Once you have some pilot holes drilled into the main box, then drill in the screws in the top of the lid, maybe half a handspan apart. You get the impression that he is not going to stop talking now that he is on a roll. If you don't shut up and give me a pillow, I'm going to hit you. Hard. You think you finally got his attention. He frowns at you with a confused look on his face. Pardon? I said I need a coffin pillow. That's all. Just a pillow. Do you have any? He looks relieved and smells. A pillow? Ah, I thought you might need the entire coffin. He puts his hand on his chin again. I'm so sorry, but I'm out of stock on pillows right now. I don't know when I'll have them again. What with the warehouse being closed and all. The warehouse? Yes. The warehouse where I store my goods is having internal problems of some sort. New management or some such nonsense. I haven't been able to replenish my stock of late. He frowns. The Harmonium would never let things get so out of hand as to cause distress to its customers. His voice fades away as he thinks, and then he looks at you. Perhaps you would look into the matter for me? I guess I don't have a choice if I want a pillow. I'll do it.
Updated my journal.
He smiles broadly. Excellent. If you deal with this issue satisfactorily, you may have your pillow for free. He gets that lecture look on his face again. That may not seem like sufficient payment, but let me tell you all about the construction of those pillows. No thank you! I'll just get started on this right away. Farewell.
That is freaking hysterical.
Right.
You cannot say that was not a salesman dedicated to his craft. Oh my god, I'm still crying.
With a bunch of them.
Oh my god. I just need a pillow. I want that animated with just the nameless one slowly growing larger and larger with rage and then just slowly deflating.
Right.
Just because he wants a question asked.
Twice welcome to the vaults of the Ninth World. How may I serve you on this fine day, said Jillian. What is this place? The Vaults of the Ninth World is pleased to serve as a warehouse for the lower ward and all the sentience of Sigil. Our motto is, when one world just isn't big enough, we provide storage space for those that have little to spare. Our prices are competitive, our service exemplary, and our courtesy to customers is known throughout the plains. What are you? And I am here to serve you, the customer. Instruct me in what you desire. Never mind. Thanks. Farewell. We at the Vault of the Ninth World value your business. Please return. Yeah, I'll bet. Okay, so yeah, this is the warehouse. Help you find something? What is this place? Come on. Journal. Oh, of course. I'd like to claim something. What is it you were looking for exactly? I'm here to retrieve a pillow for Hammers the Coffin Maker. A pillow? I could certainly use a pillow. A big stone pillow? Here's your pillow, Master Hammers, and good luck sleeping with it. Can I get you anything else? No thanks. Farewell. Farewell! We at the vault of the Ninth World value your business. Please return. Farewell. Dream pillow. The small embroidered pillow came from a coffin at the coffin maker's establishment.
I'm gone.
Okay, so what's our next one? We
Well,
gotta find the pillow and give it
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I have the pillow. I'm bringing it over now.
Thank goodness.
I'm gone.
I have the pillow for you. Let's get on with it.
Updated my journal.
Anytime you're ready for the dream key, Scarred Man, giving the word and I'll pass it to you. Give me the key. He pauses, as if gathering errant thoughts. Close your eyes and stretch out your hand, he says. You have to feel this key before you see it or it won't function. And do as he says. You feel a touch in the palm of your calloused hand. At first you can barely feel it, but it rapidly grows in solidity in moments, until you finally hear Xander's voice. Open your eyes. When you do, you see a simple black feather in the palm of your hand. My work is finished, Xander nods. Use that key on the leftmost door of the foundry, and the Dream Builder will open to you. I must go now. I have work to attend to. A feather? All that work for a
Updated
feather?
my journal.
It's the final safeguard on the Dream Builder, Sod. Do you think I'd want just anyone waltzing in? I ain't stupid. Do you want something else, or can I get back to work now? Go back to work, with my thanks. Dream Key. This is a simple, black feather used to operate the Dream Builder and the Grave Foundry.
I'm gone.
Okay, Dream Builder. You find yourself standing under a hangman's noose. A gravelly voice cackles out of the darkness. You dream again? Again! Again! Your body seems strangely light and airy, like you've lost control of it, like the winds blow you where they will. You find yourself floating through a maze of twisted plants and black barbs that tear at your insubstantial body. Creatures of nightmare pull themselves from the ground and walls and rip at your flesh. Their furious attack drives you into unconsciousness. You are standing in front of a tower of skulls that babbles at you, but you can't understand the words. The clattering behind you distracts you, and you see a battalion of fiends rushing you. You are standing in the maze again, and the stench of death surrounds you. You know you have killed all of them. The cackling voice breaks in once again. Oh, my pretty little puzzle. You have killed these and so many more that I have lost count of them all. You are stricken mute and cannot reply. Come to me, my puppet. Come to revel in her black barbed maze. Come dream with me. shake yourself awake. Okay, and that's definitely a good point to call it. All right. Well, that was a great session. Looks like things are really coming together now, and yeah,
Yeah,
like
I was about to say we're moving at a breakneck speed now that we finally figured out what was going on.
yeah. All
That's
right
fantastic.
then. Yeah. Thank you everybody for coming. This was a great session, and thank you for everybody who's here. Regardless if you chatted and participated or just lurked, we appreciate all of you. And as always, we'll be here on Mondays at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And if for whatever reason we can't, we have to cancel the session, I'll make a post on my Twitter account, which is linked to this Twitch channel. And if you want to rewatch the VODs for this playthrough, I have them. I also post those on my YouTube channel, which is also linked to this account or this Twitch channel. And yeah, over to you, Molly Oleander, if there's anything you wanted to add.
Um, Honestly, just keep on trucking, everybody. Every day is a new day. It doesn't have to be a good day, but it's most certainly a day. I look forward to seeing you all every single week, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as per usual. And I'm really honestly looking forward to how this is going. And if you have game suggestions or ideas that you would love Tick's dulcet tones to, don't hesitate to reach out to the Twitter and send a DM or tweet out publicly what game you think you'd really like to hear him do next. And that's it for me, Tick.
All right. Well, uh, okay, great. And yeah, once again, thank you, everybody. Yeah, thank you once again, everybody. And I hope all of you have a good night, and I hope to see you next week. Take care.
Take care, everybody.